names. I'm Dorian Janney, and I work over at Goddard Space Flight Center with the Global Precipitation Measurement Mission, and have the honor of being able to work with Globe Observer through NESIC and Teresa and her organization. So I was super fortunate when it turned out that X marks the spot when it came to two eclipse events that happened in the United States, and particularly in the great state of Texas, which is, funny enough, where I had my oldest child a long time ago. So I thought, wouldn't it be neat to work with a large group of Texas master naturalists and work with them to help them better understand what's happening during the annular eclipse, which is what happened there in October of 2023. You can see that what happens during the annular, and that's the one over there on the right, is that the sun doesn't completely cover the moon, because it turns out at that point in time the moon is a bit further from the Earth. So it really offered an amazing opportunity to have an annular eclipse, and followed in about 6 months in April by a total eclipse. So I had the opportunity to work with this fabulous group of Texas master naturalists. This is a slide I threw in because I thought this was a really neat thing for those of us who work to communicate science to other people. And we're always kind of trying to catch the people where they are, and it's particularly wonderful when we have a natural event that's occurring right there under their noses. So it turned out for the area of Texas, you can see this green line here, or the green bar there, there were 270,000 to 1,080,000 people who could be potentially reached through outreach events in helping them to better understand what was happening during both of these eclipses, as well as how to gather information. So with this Texas Master Naturalist group, what I did is I gave a presentation and invited some of the people who are with the organization to consider doing a virtual project that would take about a year. And I had about 76 people initially who joined. Later, during the annular eclipse and toward the end of it, we were up to 90 people. So it was really nice. I only had one person who dropped out because she had some health issues. Basically, it was a pretty low barrier for joining. It was simply that I wanted them to attend some of our webinars, to have access to a base camp where it was kind of like our water cooler. I created for them a story map that was like an online textbook. And what I wanted them to do was simply to talk to other people in their community about what was going to happen during an eclipse, the scientific information behind it, as well as safety. One of the things with the annular eclipse that was so important was that you never remove your glasses, because the moon is never completely covering the sun. So therefore, even though you won't register the pain, your eyes are still getting all of that radiation. And these folks, they learned that. They were so excited. They came up with amazingly creative ways to share this information in their community. I have here one of my wonderful Texas master naturalists named Lynn Travis. She just came up with all these fun activities, including a eclipse bingo game that we played, putting on songs that had something to do with the sun and the earth and the moon, of which you can imagine there are plenty, and we just had the best time. Then I went out to Texas in October for the annular eclipse and joined over 600 buddies out there. We're over there in the far right-hand picture. And we were out there, and at first it was really cloudy. And then the clouds parted, and we had an absolutely fabulous view of the annular eclipse. We also collected information data the entire time. And then after the total solar eclipse, they made an amazing cookie that I hope Trina finally ended up enjoying, because I never did get around to remembering to grab it from her. But Trina got a nice cookie that they had made for me. With working with the Texas Master Naturalists and over that year-long period with both of the eclipses, we figured that we reached about 60,000 people through the outreach work that they did. And so you can see many of the different activities there. And finally, I wanted to finish up by inviting anyone from anywhere, if you have done work with lifelong learners, which means older, mature people like myself, people kind of age 55 and older, an audience that we didn't used to maybe think about implicitly reaching out and working with, I invite you to give me that information, and I will add your ideas to this case study, excuse me, that we have, so that we know what has previously been done with lifelong learners and gives people some ideas of things that they might consider doing with lifelong learners in the future. Thank you.